Chapter 32. Upon hearing those words, everyone was stunned. Even the rat-masked person froze for a moment. You want to bet your life? The rat-masked person confirmed. Tijan nodded. I want to wager my life. A rat-masked person's throat moved as they swallowed, then responded. There's no need for that, is there? Their reaction was beyond KXIA's expectations. He had thought that these animal-masked figures would be eager for someone to gamble their life. But why was she panicking? It's just a simple search game. Why you're blowing things out of proportion by betting your life? Besides, the entrance fee is only 1 Dao. You don't have to risk your life for it. Lin Ken and Tiao Jia Jin also appeared puzzled. Is it even possible to bet your life in this game? Tiao Jinfu. But why do you want to gamble your life? Are we out tokens? I remembered what that wizard old man said and thought I'd give it a try here. Tizhou replied quietly, judging by her reaction. It seems she's afraid of me betting my life. I know you want to win. Lin Ken interrupted. At betting your life to open those cans. What if something goes wrong? What if the Dao isn't even in there? I'll win. Confidently, before looking back at the rat-masked person. I've made my wager. Can we start now? The rat-masked person stayed silent for a long time, trembling slightly before finally stammering. If you really want to bet your life, don't regret it. The game begins now. Tizhou entered the room. As the rat-masked person was about to close the door behind him, Tizhou reached out and grabbed her. The sudden movement made the rat-masked figure stiffen in fear. With a blank expression, Tizhou reached into the rat-masked person's coat pocket and slowly pulled out a Dao. I found it, he said. The 3 people at the door were left speechless, their mouths hanging open. Could this be a mouth? He found the Dao on the referee at the very start of the game. Was this not breaking the rule? The rat-masked figure trembled violently, clearly terrified. If I'm not mistaken, as soon as you close the door, it's impossible for there to be a Dao inside the room anymore, right? Tizhou asked, his voice sharp. How did you know? It's simple, Tizhou answered softly. Every time you explain the game rules, you stand inside the room and tell us that there's a Dao in the room now. You're technically right, but it's a massive trap. Seeing that the rat-masked figure didn't respond, Tizhou continued, there really is a Dao in the room now, but it's about to disappear. The rat-masked figure's eyes darted around wildly beneath her mask. Was another trap, Tizhou said. We all assumed that mice prefer to search in the dark, which is why Tian thought that was the right approach. And logically, she wasn't wrong. But there are other kinds of mice that like to hide important things in their mouths, right? The rat-masked figure stared at Tizhou for a long moment, knowing she had truly lost. Suddenly, she pushed Tizhou with all her strength, trying to flee. Tiao Jia quickly reached out to grab her, but she twisted away with the agility of a real mouse, disappearing down the street at great speed. The group was momentarily at a loss. They had never expected these animal-masked figures to run away. What just happened? Tiao Jia helped Tizhou up from the ground, utterly baffled. Why did she run off? I don't know, Tizhou replied, though his expression suggested he had an idea. Could it be that betting life actually meant? He glanced in the direction the rat-masked figure had fled, wanting to confirm his theory. But his eyes suddenly widened. What is it? The others followed KXIA's gaze. They too froze in shock. Floating in Midra was a figure, blocking the path of the rat-masked person. Is that a Terminator? Hayao Jia Jin's voice trembled, as the sight before them was beyond anything they had imagined. The figure in the air casually waved their hand, and the rat-masked person collapsed, as if all the strength had left her body. Then, the 2 figures vanished from the distance and reappeared right in front of the group. The scene was like something out of a godly tale, leaving the 4 of them speechless and unable to think clearly. The person floating in Midra was tall and slender, with a bare upper body draped in a cloak of blood-red feathers. His wild, disheveled hair was adorned with a few feathers as well, and his whole figure moved fluidly in the air, like a soaring bird. The four of them were so frightened by the sight that none dared to speak. As for the rat-masked person, she trembled uncontrollably, a sobbing sound coming from beneath her mask. Rat, what do you think you're doing? The floating man asked softly. Were you trying to run away just now? I, the rat-masked person shuddered, her voice trembling and distorted. You can't run away, the man said gently, landing softly on the ground and stroking the rat-masked person's head with surprising tenderness. Be good now. A life wager is a life wager. Lord Vermilion Bird. The rat-masked person cried out pitifully. Please spare me. I'm afraid not. The man called Vermilion Bird responded, his long fingers trailing over the rat mask. You know the rule. Those who wager must be prepared to lose. The wager was your life, and I can't change that. Kaisha felt a growing sense of dread and bravely spoke up. I don't want her life. I wagered my own life, only to gain more Tao. That's all. Oh? Vermilion Bird glanced at Keyshaw, but kept his hand firmly on the rat-masked person's pale neck, holding her like a real rat. The rat-masked person's body stiffened, trembling uncontrollably, unable to speak. Is that really necessary? Keyshaw frowned. I'm the one who initiated the life wager, and I've decided I don't want her life anymore. I just want the Tao. Killing her doesn't benefit me. The rat-masked person, hearing Keyshaw seemingly plead for her, slowly raised her tear-filled eyes to look at him. Vermilion Bird listened to Xia's words and slowly withdrew his hand, laughing softly. Interesting. Rat, yeah, he's letting you go. Patting the rat-masked person on the back,